I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the M.O.R.E, or Mountain Off-Road Enterprises Oil and Transmission Skid Plate, fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs. Skid plates are of course important to have on your Jeep when you're off-road because they'll protect the soft underbelly of your Jeep. If you do get damage to your transmission, your oil pan, or a couple of the other areas that you want to make sure you have protection, it'll end your day really quickly. But aside from actually protecting all of those parts, having a skid plate can make it possible and give you the confidence to get over obstacles that you otherwise wouldn't try. So having a skid plate is definitely a good thing when you're in an off-road situation. I especially like this one from M.O.R.E because it protects both the oil pan and the transmission, and it does it in a one-piece skid plate, so there are no seams to get hung up on or any other weak points. This kit comes complete with everything you need to get it installed, and I think it's priced right. This skid plate is made from 3/16 inch steel and it weighs in at 50 pounds. This thing is beefy. It's going to provide a ton of protection. Along with, of course, the flat skid plate bottom, it does have a spine welded down the center of it to give you some additional strength. It has this oil drain hole bored into it, and more importantly, it has a V welded onto it to catch the oil as it comes out of the Jeep and direct it into that hole, instead of having all the oil just lay right up on top of the skid plate like some of the other ones I know. That'll definitely make your oil changes a little bit easier and cleaner. The skid plate installs into the Jeep very easily with the included hardware and brackets. It actually will attach right onto your motor mount and onto your cross member, meaning that it's going to be very, very strong. This skid plate does require you to drill one hole in your Jeep, but it's just in the cross member, and that additional hardware will provide even more strength. This thing is really beefy, really well built, and very, very functional. As I mentioned, even though you do have to drill one hole, this installation is very easy with all of the included brackets and hardware. The first step is to remove your factory transmission skid plate if you have one installed, and then you can go to installing the skid plate. The first thing you're going to do is attach the two holes onto the cross member while supporting the front of the skid plate with a jack stand. From there, you can drill your third hole into the cross member and attach that hardware, leaving everything a little bit loose. After that, you'll remove the nut from your motor mount bolt, install your bracket, then install the included hardware up at the motor mount to give some additional strength, and finally attach your newly installed bracket onto the skid plate, again with all of the included hardware. As usual, once everything is installed, you can go through and tighten down all of the bolts and you're finished with the installation. M.O.R.E says this will probably take you about 3 hours to install, and that's probably about right. You may be able to do it a little bit quicker. There aren't any specialty tools that you'll need to get this job done, but of course a center punch with a drill and a good set of drill bits will speed things along. Like I said at the beginning, I think this is priced right. It is a little bit expensive, however, for the quality, for the strength, for the protection, and sometimes most importantly for the confidence that having this skid plate on your Jeep will give you when you're off-road. I think it is completely worth the price. So if you're looking to protect your oil pan and your transmission in a one-piece skid plate that doesn't have any seams for weak points or to get hung up on, I definitely recommend taking a look at this skid plate. It's very strong, very well built, and includes all of the hardware and brackets you need to get it installed, and it'll give you the confidence to attack obstacles on the trail that you never would have without this protection. So that's my review of the M.O.R.E oil and transmission skid plate fitting all 2007 to 2016 JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.